the most important thing is whether as an entrepreneur you could be a one-man company, a one-man show, a consultant, be self-employed, an entrepreneur, and be more satisfied than an entrepreneur who is having a company with 5,000 employees.
With your seasoned knowledge of entrepreneurship, finance, and business ecosystem as a whole, what are the key things entrepreneurs should keep in mind when starting their business and hitting their business objectives at a global scale?
Well, let's first start with the fact that if you want to be an entrepreneur, really, you can be an entrepreneur at any age, any stage. So that's first thing that comes to my mind. Second thing is this that the scale doesn't really matter. Uh, you know, uh, the most important thing is whether as an entrepreneur you could be a one-man company, a one-man show, a consultant, be self-employed, an entrepreneur, and be more satisfied than an entrepreneur who is having a company with 5,000 employees. So uh, being an entrepreneur is a lot of state of mind. That's first submission that I have to make. Second submission I have to make is that whether on a smaller scale or a global scale, the the core skill that any successful entrepreneur needs is really speaking, learning the art of managing cash flow. So even when you want to go on a global scale, uh, that's why people often say that you don't need money really to grow once you have the idea. So but that's actually not true. You do still need money, but you need backup. But uh, uh, there is this particular stage in every business where you need to make a choice of scaling up your operations from one city to within the country, and then from within the country to global scales. So at every stage you are going to face a challenge of limited cash. So I think the art of managing cash is the most important, I would say, entrepreneurial skill at a global scale also. Second is, understanding that of course all the countries have their programs that welcome startups, that welcome entrepreneurs, that welcome investment from other countries. But the most important thing when you want to move on to global scale is your networks. I think that's the second key component of your key component that's so essential to scale up your operations. And that way the generation that Simran you belong to or Abhishek belongs to, maybe you are one generation younger to Abhishek, but your generation is very lucky that you have access to social media. So creating and managing those networks becomes that much easier. So taking advantage of the current social media ecosystem that we have, uh, you can really use it to expand your networks, having the right networks. And don't look at the age of the network. The person might be 65-year-old, you might be 25, but you have a right concept, the idea, right business, they will talk to you irrespective. So uh, creating that network, and networks are not created overnight. So it's a very painful process of reaching out to people, trying to make connections, and after making connection, reaching out to them with the message, having those networks, creating those networks, and after making those networks, maintaining those networks to pursue your business goals, and how you can do the value addition to their need is important. And last thing that I would like to say, at a global scale, domestic scale doesn't matter. maintaining the relations. Majority of entrepreneurs fail because they're not able to maintain relations with different stakeholders, be it your team members, or your vendors, or your auditors, or your contractors. So whether or not you are working with somebody or not, you should always be able to maintain relationships on an ongoing basis. Never part on a bitter note. And even if there's a parting on a bitter note, still ensure that relationships stay on a smooth side. These are some of the areas which I would advise for entrepreneurs going on a global scale.